Hello friends! It took me a few days to upload this video and I apologize for that, but I really wanted to emphasize a lot of self and mental care, and I had to process my emotions, like especially being an educator and living in Colorado where African Americans are a minority. But like shout out to the white people that was on the front lines of the protest rally, but it was very difficult for me to think that they were really for us. And like as an educator by trade, we know that these systems are flawed, which makes it even more difficult for me to want to continue the work that I'm doing. But I know that myself, along with other Black educators, are very much needed. And speaking for myself, I've always taught beyond a quote unquote curriculum, and I've always wanted to teach like my direct community. But I also feel that more Black teachers are imperative to have in affluent neighborhoods to help dismantle racism. So I also reflected on the fact that it's always been challenging in my position, but I also know that the work I'm doing is helping to guide the youth in my communities and helping to guide them to dismantle racism, because they need educators like myself to teach them beyond a curriculum and teach them about real life situations. Like, we're the only profession that influences children consistently for long amounts of time, and all children need educators of color, like educators who will teach them multicultural education that encourages humanity, empathy, and about white privilege. And to be clear, white privilege doesn't mean your life wasn't hard. It just means that your skin tone isn't one of the things making it harder. And there's plenty of other privileges in this country too, such as social economics, heterosexual privileges, etc. But white privilege has been the most enduring throughout history. Ultimately, our white allies have to do more. Like, there's no way you can teach Black children and be silent about the injustices against them. Like, this goes for all our allies. Like, the white women who love Black men but also don't speak up. Like, yes, sis, utilize your privilege and your platform for change, especially if you have mixed children. Like, don't use Black culture and not speak out on Black issues, because tolerating racism is racism. But continuous effort leads to long-term improvement. So beyond this moment, be more than quote-unquote not racist. You have to be an active anti-racist. Inadvertently, we will never be able to go back to the way things was, especially in a system that was never designed for us or to serve us. So now more than ever, it's imperative for all of us to utilize our platforms and our privileges to spark much needed change and debates. So as we enter into a new month, I want you guys to make it a priority to implement much needed change daily. With this said, I will close with a quote from Angela Davis that says, "I am no longer accepting the things that I cannot change, but I am changing the things that I cannot accept." And with that said, that makes me a revolutionary.